as people are joining. Just going to give it a couple minutes here because I want a lot of people to hear this. So hopefully we get some people joining. Yeah, welcome in everyone here. We have an update. I'm going to showcase the update a little bit and then post it on WAP. It's not posted on WAP updated yet. But yeah, we do have the updated file. So, good there. So, let me connect to playback for NQ. How's everyone doing tonight? There's only a couple of you in the chat now, but I did want to go over some new info. Okay. Go over some new info today. Okay, so do that here. So welcome in everyone. So the update is fixed. Okay, and I'm gonna go over what did we fix in this update. Okay, so what were the problems from the morning? The problems were just a couple people got phantom trades. Okay, so phantom trades, right? That is fixed. Okay. Another problem that we saw was it was using some ATMs. ATM placement is also fixed. And then also we had how do I explain this? If we got entered into a trade where it was a valid setup, okay, but we have our max risk at $500, but you're on NQ and the stop loss is 70 points away, it's going to default you to one contract because it can't take half a contract. So we put in a criteria to where if you're on NQ and let's say your max risk is set at $500, it's not going to allow you to enter a trade if the risk goes over like $1,000. Okay, so it's not going to let it go over $500 of risk. So what does that mean, right? If you're on MNQ, that wouldn't be a problem because it would be able to easily, take a micro contract to get to the 500, or take less contracts to make it 500 or right around, right? On NQ, if your stop loss needs to be 50 points for a trade, but your max risk is set to 500, it's now just not going to take that trade for you. Okay, because the risk. Okay, so everything should be fixed. Max risk is also fixed. Some settings, yeah. So I noticed that in a playback, so it took a valid trade, but on NQ my risk is only 500, and it took a $1,500 loss because it was a proper trade, but because I'm on NQ, that was a proper stop loss placement, but it can't go lower than one contract. So we put that as if it's over $500 of your max risk, then it won't take the trade. Okay. If you're on MNQ, that would not really be a problem because it'll take, you know, lower contracts or whatever. But you can't take a quarter of a regular mini contract, right? So that's all fixed. Some ES settings. So for all of you, I would mainly recommend to use NQ and MNQ. Okay. I really would only stay on NQ or MNQ. Okay. Though I know like you'll only trade NQ. I myself am only going to trade NQ. And that's what's recommended. So it's recommended to stay on NQ or MNQ. If you are using other instruments like ES, you'll have to adjust sensitivity. Okay. So some settings that option on the max risk thing. What do you mean, Gary? So you'll need to adjust sensitivity. So Ben just tested the past week on ES with the update just to make sure. Sensitivity of 2 and 0.4. Okay. And that ended with a profit. It was up like 1,500 last week, and then ended up like 625 because it had a back-to-back loser at the end of the week. But you'll have to mess with sensitivity. Again, it's mainly like you can keep the sensitivity at default, 3 and 1 on NQ though. People will be able to set risk to $1 to guarantee only one contract. I still don't know what you mean. People will be able to set risk to $1. Oh, I get what you're saying. If you put a risk at $1, we'll implement the contract thing in another update, but this is a fix of any bugs today. So that was our main concern, and we got rid of also double entries. Fixed. Okay. So I understand the reasoning, and really the only firm I can think of is Top Step. Firms like Apex or let's see, Apex, UProfit I think is also. UProfit's a little tricky. Tradeify is a new one that is instant funding. You can look at their little policy here. Yeah, so Tradeify would be fine. You can trade 5 minis max or 50 micros for the 50K account. Tradeify, you can also use fast track trading, Apex, Bulanox, right? So most prop firms that wouldn't be a problem for. It's really just a couple. And right now, we are just kind of catering to these little bugs that we fixed. Okay. I know Top Step's big, Gary. Yes. And right now, you just have to put the max risk lower. Apex is going to be an issue with the new rules. What new rules are going to be an issue? I haven't read too much into the new rules, but anyway, these are the fixes here. Okay, performance is still great. You may get slightly different trades on MNQ versus NQ. Different price action there. Okay. Apex would be great with micros. Also, one thing to note is on MNQ, you're going to get much more accurate risk, the max risk, right? Because it can size more accurate, right? NQ is bigger chunks of contracts, bigger dollar amounts, right? This is not a full auto bot, and mainly they try to prevent high frequency trading bots. This is not that. And there's buttons here, so. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys this. I'm gonna post Picto. That's always been the case with Apex, though. Yeah. If you're worried about it, go with a different firm like Fast Track Trading. I know some people have gotten NinjaTrader to work on Fast Track Trading. You'll have to ask them how. I think it was Ollie. Ollie has gotten Fast Track Trading to work on Ninja. My Funded Futures as well. My Funded Futures, I think, is great. Apex, Tradeify, Bulanox. So there's a Lilu, a lot of options. You can only trade half your max contracts until you hit the spot where drawdown stops trailing. Gotcha. I mean, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. That means you can trade up to on a 50k account, you can trade 50 micros. So, you know, on a 50k account, you probably should put your risk at around 200 to 300 anyway. So you should probably never get put into a trade over 50 micros. You're liking Elite Trader. Oh yeah, Elite Trader funding's good. Also, Take Profit or Tick, I think. Apex said they don't care about bots anymore as long as you're monitoring it. Yeah, I got you, Gary. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to change the file on WAP. Okay. Give me just a second. Hopefully this really cleans everything out for you guys. I know it's first day, so we're doing our best. We're doing our best. At least we're getting updates out when we say we're going to get updates out, right? Okay, so the update should be live on WAP. Okay. Go to MNQ. Appreciate that, Gary. So update is live. So all you do, again, you go to your WAP hub. I'll show you guys. So you're gonna go head to wap.com. Make sure I'm not gonna show any info here. Okay, you're gonna head to wap.com, okay? And in the top right, you're gonna see hub. You're gonna click that, okay? And then it's gonna bring you onto a page something like this. You're gonna click timeless, right? You're gonna click SBS Auto Trader, and it should be here, SBS Public, MAC ID 211. Okay, that's the file. It does, Picto. You know, I hate to admit that, but it's hard to find bugs when you're one or two people testing it, and we didn't find any bugs really. That's why we thought we were good for release. So John said about bots last night in the video, doesn't care as long as you're managing them. Awesome. Win rate so far really depends on your ATMs. I would say at a low it's around 40 win rate, which is actually above break even, and at a high from our testing, it's around 70% win rate. But again, it's going for higher risk rewards, so break even would be like 30, 33%. You're quite positive with a 50% win rate. So depending on your ATM trail again. So yeah, it should be live here. Okay, I'm gonna make an announcement here. And Gary, with the regards to the contracts, we are looking into that. I just want to get this out to you guys now. But I promise, we're taking input, so let me make an announcement in the SBS chat. If you guys do not know how to import the new file, let me know. All good, not upset. Thanks, Gary. So yeah, on WAP, guys, on WAP. I'm gonna make sure everyone sees the live stream. I can send out an email. I probably should. I would do that once the stream is over. But so this has fixed the phantom trades, so that should be gone. ATM problems fixed. Max risk. The thing we fixed with this was if you are on NQ, you're on NQ, and let's say it's trying to place a stop loss of 60 points for the trade, because that's the valid stop loss. That'd be, if your max risk is 500 and it risks, and the trade needs a risk of 1,000 to place, then it's just not going to take that trade. Okay. On MNQ, it would be no problem because it can, lower the contracts easier. NQ, you can't take a quarter of a contract on the minis. So the double entries are also taken away. Recommended also to stay on NQ or MNQ. Okay. Slightly different trades on MNQ versus NQ. Okay. Because MNQ, has slightly different price action, where MNQ might wick a low and NQ doesn't. And if you're using other instruments like ES, you'll need to tune the sensitivities. So we have fine-tuned the NQ sensitivity, right? That's the default 3 and 1. ES, we haven't perfectly fine-tuned yet. Ben just tested 2 and 0.4, and that was working okay, but need more long-term data on the ES. But for other instruments, you got to fine tune the sensitivities, which we will also be doing. But Gary, you can do some playback to make sure it's all working. And we're gonna do that here as well. I'm actually gonna download today and see if there was any trades. I don't think actually it would have gotten any trades, but we're gonna see. So I'm using the same file as you guys. Also, you're gonna see lines on your chart now. Okay. I know some of you wanted to see some more stuff on your charts, like where the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 would be. We can look to add that. Right now, it's lines on your chart. Okay. so still better than nothing. Some of you didn't want to see something, so I put there's that there. Okay. So we'll play today and see how it goes. Okay, so again, we're gonna go on our strategies here. Our risk is 500, so if at any point it sees a setup but it needs $1,000 of risk, it's not gonna take it. Default everything else. Okay, we're gonna enable this. We're gonna play it on max speed. Again, I don't know how this did today. I don't think it should have taken any trades today. We'll see. Okay, it doesn't take trades every day. Not every day is a winning day. I always say whenever someone gets the algo, always you know,
or stop filled,
little glitchy, or a little loss on the first day. I'm gonna let the day play through, and then we'll go back and slow it down.
order filled, stop filled.
So slight entry. So okay, little down today. So we can rewind here and slow it down, and we can also play MNQ. Can download MNQ today. Double check my settings here. So default 550 and then 3-in-1. So that's default. I'm gonna slow it down. Round market open. So obviously not every day is going to be a winner, right? So keep that in mind. So here you can kind of see the 1, the 2, the 3. So it was a valid SBS model around 450, depending on where it draws the fib from, right? So we can see. I know it takes a long here on the V-shaped reversal. V-shaped reversals are strong and should try to be avoided. So just keep that in mind. If you ever see a V-shaped reversal, you should probably just turn off any of your algos. So yeah, it does long right around here, the 50s. Okay, I think it was around 57. I think people got some slippage, right? So right around here, and it did take a loss, right? So not a big deal. That was actually a really nice valid setup. So really can't complain. It is what it is there. That's just a loser. And we'll go back and show you some other days here as well, just to make sure everyone is all good. The risk, it was 500, and again it rounds up, so we can go back and play an MNQ and it'd be more accurate towards the 500. And I've said today as well, like if you actually want to risk 500, I would put that at 300, you know. But MNQ is gonna be more accurate with the risk, okay? Because it's, you know, it's way harder. You can't really take the proper stop loss on this play was at 690 loss. You can't take half a contract or something to make it, or 3/4 of a mini to make it that. So there was a short around here as well. We can see right here, it looks like we have our 1, 2, 3. So our 3 is going to be here. Another nice
Order
valid
filled.
trade. You can see here as well. I believe it's from around here. Yep. So right here, you can see it draws it. You can kind of see the lines, how this is marking it out, right? We have our 1, we have our 2, we have our 3. These are 4 enters, right? And generally speaking, with the default, listen closely, with the default on SBS trades, you move, you take 1-to-1s. So it would be something like this. You can adjust your stop losses, adjust your TPs. Generally, you take 1-to-1s. This one did actually hit the 1-to-1, I think. It moves to the 0.236.
Target filled.
And it bounces directly off the 0.236. So that's the original idea. We have it coded to 2-to-1, but you just manage your trade. There you go. And we'll go and download MNQ. I see you said MNQ is 3 losses today. I'm gonna go back and show you guys as well the results on NQ from this month. Okay, with this update. And you guys can't just, you really can't just look at one day and say the product won't work. I just want to make that clear, all right? I know you're not saying that, but, just a heads up. Okay. Let me download, I have MNQ, but not downloaded for today, so let's do that. Okay. Tools import. Today was a really odd day in general. Very odd action today. It's a no news Monday. Generally, again, no news Mondays aren't great. So you have to take your own discretion into this still. Okay, I know it's technically an auto trader, but still need to take some discretion. Gary, 2 positions. Yeah. One for 1-to-1, 1 for 1-to-2. I mean, you can just manually adjust it on your screen. ATM 6072. This is what Ben had. I was running 8100, so we could run 8100 here. Oop, not 81,000. I don't think that'll make a difference much, but we can do that right now. And again, like on MNQ here, you can lower this risk. Like we'll put it at 200, and we'll see how that works there. And then I'm gonna go back and showcase like last week and stuff to you guys, and show you that you got to give it some time. You can't look at one day and say, oh, the bot doesn't work, like today, losing day, like whatever, right? Got to look at the big picture. It's not a make money quick bot, okay? It's a month to month, week to week kind of bot, okay? Probably took the same trade, I would assume. Here, maybe you got your 1, you got your 2, same sort of deal, right? Takes the trade on the way back down around the 60s. Again, basically straight up, little volume this morning, and then straight back down. You can kind of see that here, right? Be careful on that.
Order filled.
So here we got put in a long, again, 3 contracts. So 3 contracts, and this is a 34 point stop. So 34 times $2 per point, right? 34 points times $2 per point times 3. That's $204 of risk. So, you know, a much more accurate risk parameter on MNQ. Okay. So if you want a much more accurate risk parameter, MNQ is the way to go. If you don't mind a little bit more risk, a little bit more reward, you know, NQ would be your way to go there. But obviously, this is a valid setup. Again, this is a very valid setup. It just didn't play out. Okay.
Stop filled.
So minus 200. And again, if you guys want, you know, you can fine tune the sensitivities if you want. You can fine tune anything. But generally 3 and 1 is what we've been testing. It's very good. So very good over a month period. Obviously it's gonna have bad days. That's all I can say, right? Just like any other software, right? I think we may get one. I mean, NQ got one short at the end of the day, so we'll see if that plays at all, but or if we get anything else.
Order filled.
So it looks like here, this one was a market replay bug. This wouldn't have happened on live, but you can see there is a valid entry right here. Let me mark it. So it takes this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there you go there. You don't want to be in it. Close.
Order filled.
Hardest part is risk management, right? But another valid entry, and you can see the lines 1, 2, 3, and 4. And because of how weird market replay is, the stop loss is placed like right here. At right under this low here, right, which is a valid stop. Okay. You don't really need to, Chris. No. You can leave them like that. 3 and 1 sensitivity. But again, valid. You can start to see it with the lines on the chart. We'll add the numbers on another update. Okay. But you can see here, right? Your 1, 2, 3 pull back, right? And if you see, if you see, you know, you should be managing these trades anyway, right? But that was a proper entry here, and then it placed the stop real tight, right? Also placed the TP tight because of market replay, but that one also was a loss. So again, just not a great day. That's it.
Order filled.
And then a short to end the day here. And again, you can see here, we have the 1, 2, 3 pull back. And then fib. Right around that 0.618. Little slippage. It's market replay. And then I don't think it trailed probably with this trail, but the 0.236 was I would probably move stops to break even if I see this, right? So we bounced right off of this 0.236, right? So you can trail the stops. We did mess with the trail, right? Or you can close early. Like I know someone actually, I think Justin had this, took this trade on the other file, and he closed it at 0.236 once he saw it bouncing, right? So watch the 0.236, okay? And
stop filled.
You know, stopped out for partial profit if you trailed, but it did bounce from that 0.236, okay? And we're gonna go over NQ replay here just to show you guys I'm gonna put it on 1,000. Or I'm gonna keep it on 500 risk. $500 of risk here. Okay, and we'll start from October 1st until here, 19th. Okay, and this will take a little bit here, but yep, M&Q is just a little more accurate in contract sizing generally. And if you ever see like this trade happen, right? Like this, it was a valid entry here, and then it placed a stop. It was just a really tight stop, so it took a like 30 micros, so 3 regulars, right? Because that stop was so tight. But the TP, that's just looks like a market replay sort of little bug. You can just change that, right? Or manually close it, not a big deal. Either way, it was a valid trade setup, right? So Gary, at the cost of larger commissions, I don't see if commission difference. Yeah. I don't need to rethink the strategy, but then you just want to trade NQ. If you're trading that, then you're trading micros, sorry. Trading micros, just make sure you're trading small, so it's not putting into, you know, too many contracts or something. And we'll put out a contract limit in the next update, which, you know, I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully, you know, it can be soon. So but I think most people will enjoy NQ. Just make sure you have a big enough account. Gotcha, Gary. What did you mean? Just change the thought of contracts. Yeah, make sure if you see someone in chat, make sure they know that there is an update. Okay. Update is live on WAP. Okay, you just have to go to the same place that you got it originally and remove the old and in with the new. There's a ton of strategies where the ATMs are so small and commissions are more. Yeah. It is, Justin. Just go to your WAP hub, same place you downloaded it originally. Remove the old from NinjaTrader and import the new. You got to remove NinjaScript assembly. Tools, remove NinjaScript assembly. Tools, remove that from there. Close NinjaTrader, reboot, and import the new file. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. I know this market replay goes slow, but also make sure you're clearing cache as well. I don't need your machine IDs again.
Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled.
You don't need to reboot before you import. Probably good to do so. Good to do some sort of reboot.
Stop filled.
So you can see a lot of times it's just going to enter us on one contract, right? A lot of times it's going to enter us on one contract, and that's because the risk is at $500, or it's going to be a little more than 500. It can't take half a mini. If you're on a bigger account, right? If you're on a big account, like let's say a Yeah, you can. If you're on a, hold on, I'll tell you. If you're on a big account like a 250K, 150K eval, right, or PA account, you can just put the risk at 500, like exactly like we're doing here, right? And then the risk will be right around 500 and won't be any more than probably 800, right? And that would be plenty of room. The only time this really gets a little tricky is if you're trading small accounts, right? Small accounts where you're limited on the contracts, and you're limited on minis, you're limited on micros, and not a lot of room on drawdown, right? My recommendation to all of you would be to get a little bit bigger of an account, like a 150K or 250K or something like that, okay? And they're not that much more expensive, okay? And then just put the risk at 500 or something right there, right? And this would be how it's playing, right? Exactly how it is now. The cha-ching sound, you go to tools, you go to options. Tools, options, and then scroll down in general, and it's these, you can X them out or whatever. Apex 250K is only 50 bucks right now. There you go. Perfect. Personally, what I'll be running this on is a 250K eval.
Order filled. Stop filled. Order. Stop filled.
Yeah, I would recommend a little bit bigger of an account. Okay. We're also going to be skipping the 9th and the 10th because we're going to be turning off during the 9th and the 10th because that's the day before CPI and the day of CPI, and I don't like trading that with algos or manually. So that's personal preference there. And I do the same thing with FOMC and the same thing with NFP. Yeah, it does have the best drawdown ratio, but I prefer bigger accounts and then slow and steady. I like having a little bit more room on drawdown and then trading smaller. That way I don't feel worried to burn at all. Yeah, you guys have any major questions right now? Happy to answer. Can trade micros with less risk? You can trade micros, yeah. You can trade MNQ and you can put the risk at, $100 or something, and it really shouldn't risk more than 100, and at max I would say it wouldn't do like 150 to 200 because it does average up some contracts a little bit, right?
Order filled. Order filled.
We are running, I
Target
think we're
filled.
running the 80 and 100 stop chaser auto trail. Okay, so back up and running with new version of the trader. Do I think 100 risk for 50K? No, I was saying you could trade micros with. I was just answering Fiddy's question. 50K, I probably would set the risk at around $200 though. Yeah, personally. I like to think long term. A lot of people think short term, and I want to make all this money this week and all this, right? And I like to trade bigger accounts, like on the NQ Auto Trader, for an example, right? I've been running that for 2 months, right? And just on one account, right? I'm trading a 250K account, and I'm up about 6,500, I think, almost $7,000, basically 7,000, and that's trading one NQ contract, right? And that's overnight. But I don't really have to worry too much about burning the account, right? So I like to take things slow and steady. Then you don't burn accounts. Trail stop, I think, is 8,100. Yep, 8,100 here. Again, we're gonna skip the 9th and 10th. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. And again, if you encounter any bugs after this, you just let us know. But this, I mean, I haven't noticed really anything on NQ at least. And MNQ, I haven't really noticed anything either. So unless it's a market replay bug, and again, before you guys trade, I would recommend clearing your cache and restarting the trader.
Order filled. Stop filled.
I want to see 9 and 10.
Order filled.
You can do 9 and 10. I've done 9 and 10 multiple times. 9 was like a break-even day.
Stop filled.
And that was the day before CPI. And 10 was a back-to-back loss day, I think. So that's on CPI day. I'm doing my best, Justin. I'm doing my best. I just want people to be happy with the product.
Order
and
filled.
People are either really, really rude or really nice when they get new products like this. So.
Stop filled.
And today it's been a mix. So. And if you guys know, I don't code, so I am the guy who comes up with ideas and the marketer. I don't code though. So Ben BB3 is in charge of all the coding
Order
of these
filled.
articles. So
Stop filled.
So let me pull up the trade performance here. I know, Gary. I'm not talking about you. Just in general, people are very, people are very picky. It's first day, so at least I'm gonna give you guys a little thing here. At least I am pumping out updates, and doing it in a timely fashion. Do you understand what I'm saying? It'll be good, Justin. We just got to work out the kinks, and I think this worked out a lot of the kinks. So, and the next thing which we're gonna work on is doing the actual numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, so that you guys can visually see that on the charts, and then we just got to fine tune a little bit more. Always fine tune, always improve stuff, right? Better than some people. Justin, what did you just delete? So we're gonna run on the 8th here, and then we're gonna turn it off for the 9th and 10th. Also, if you're in the Discord here, or if you're in the live stream and if you did purchase
Order
lifetime,
filled.
please DM me.
Target filled.
And just show me you purchased lifetime, so I can correct because I just threw everyone's machine ID in. But I need to change some people's to lifetime, of course. So if you're in here about lifetime, just DM me, let me know you bought lifetime. I know some of you did, but you can see working good here so far. Up 4,400, max drawdown of $720. So that was a loss, a single loss, from the 1st to the 8th. Okay, so you guys got to give this product some trust. Okay, it's gonna take a little while, I know, but $4,400, risking about $500, and as I said, you know, it probably won't take any more risk than $800 generally. So keep that in mind. Okay. MNQ did perform a little bit differently, just because there's different trades. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome if WAP could you could just put a license key in somehow and it would just do that. Oh, that would be nice. Sadly, I have to take all of your machine IDs and it's a whole process, so. Okay, so it is, I'm gonna turn it off for the 9th and 10th. We can watch the action, but it's not gonna take any trades, and I'm not going to fast forward it because I want to show you guys the total results in percent of profitability on NQ after the end. Okay, if that makes sense. So if I reset the playback, it'll reset this. So gonna wait on that. Also, if you guys do want to purchase it, just remember, unless you've reserved something, like if you told me like, hey, I'm going to be gone this week, or I'm going to be gone next week, and I want this option, that's perfectly fine. But if you are looking to buy it, I'll be raising prices probably in a week or two. Okay, not by too much, still be very affordable, but I'll at least be raising the lifetime option. Because as you can see here, risking $500 here, of 4,400, that pays for lifetime almost twice. Just getting close, right? So yeah, and that's over a week. So you guys, yeah, I really want to pump out the idea that it's not a get rich quick. It's not a get rich quick, guys. This is long term. Okay, this is long term. It's not like you're gonna pass an eval in a day. You could. Yep, of course, Gary. Yep, if you're in now, that's what you're getting forever. Does this version still need us to use ATM for the trail stop? Yes, it's everything with ATM is exactly the same. Yep, we just fixed again, we just fixed some bugs with where's my Google Doc? We fixed the problem of the phantom trades. We fix little ATM trades. And if you see an ATM trade, right? If you see an ATM trade, it's still actually going to be a valid trade. Some of the ATM trades or whatever that happened today weren't actually valid. The only thing I saw was a market replay. It looked like a market replay bug where it just put the TP too close, but it was still a valid trade. Stop loss was in the proper spot. So max risk is fixed as well. So if you're on NQ and you put your max risk at $500, it's not gonna enter a trade if it's more than $500 over your max risk. Okay, that makes sense. So if the trade needs $1,200 a room, but your max risk is set at 500, it's not going to enter you. Double entries is also fixed. I agree, Scott. It's more than most people make in a week, so I want you guys to think long term. And I know Scott has already been. Scott is another one of our developers, so shout out Scott. He's already been looking into some stuff on SBS Algo, and he may have already found a nice, a little bit cleaner looking of a chart with some numbers for you guys. So you know, we may have another update to put out maybe for next week. Maybe we put it out this weekend so you guys have a fresh look next week as well. And then again, we're recommending you stay on NQ or MNQ. There'll be obviously slightly different trades. Okay. Oh, we're actually on the 10th. We were not going to run the 10th. So you know, it was the 11th. Yeah, guys, think long term, right? Think long term. I personally trust NQ more than MNQ. With valid setups and everything. Okay. So my personal preference is going to be getting a bigger account. I'm going to be running on a 250k account. And I'll be risking a low amount, like $400 to $500 in my max risk. So it would perform exactly as we're seeing on screen here. Okay. As soon as you get into smaller accounts, you're getting weird in the amount of contracts, and it's just everything's a little more difficult. But Scott, he 100% did figure it out. So yeah, maybe if everyone's really nice to Scott, we can pump out another update next week. I'm gonna leave this for the rest of the week, of course, and yeah, I will be doing that, Gary. Yes, I'm gonna do a 250k, and I'm gonna leave it at the fully default settings, a 3 and 1 sensitivity, 500 risk, and I'll probably keep my settings with this 8100 personally. So those are my thoughts. I like to risk a small amount on a big account. I don't like a small account with a normal risk. It's much higher likelihood of burning the account. No new update. Yeah, this is the new update for now. Globex trade, I really just recommend NQ and MNQ. And if you're on other contracts like ES, Ben tested ES at a sensitivity of 2 and 0.4. So sensitivity 1 at 0.2, sensitivity 2 at 0.4. And he got a profit of about $1,500 last week, with a risk of 500. But then on Friday it had 2 losses, so we ended around $600 to $700 profit. And again, you'd have to adjust your ATMs there, right? Because it's a different tick, right? Different tick amount, so you'd have to do that, right? Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. Overall, though, it takes good setups, right? We're seeing that here. It's on the 11th now, so we're going to re-enable it. I almost got lost and didn't enable. So again, we skipped over the 9th and 10th, and I always do this the day before and the day of CPI, FOMC, and NFP. I do not like trading. Okay? You mean trading outside of cash session? No. You can. I would do some testing, but you can. I think during regular hours it'll perform better.
Order filled. Target filled.
NQ usually starts moving around 2 a.m. EST. Friday was just horrible last week. Yeah, it was. And again, you got to use your own discretion, right? Like, part of the reason Hutch, some of you guys know Hutch, has made so much profit on the NQ trader is he uses his own discretion. He's up like 33,000 on NQ trader in the past 2.5 months, across like 3 or 4 evals. 33k. So Justin Davis, I currently have my 100k with Take Profit Trader, 3k drawdown, 500 risk. Might bring that down to 300. Yeah, I would probably bring that down a little bit. 3k drawdown. You know, I haven't seen it really hit 3k drawdown. You just gotta be a little bit more discretionary.
Order filled.
That's basically 4 losses in a row, or 3 losses if you get, like, obviously, you know, it rounds up a little bit, right? Like the $720 loss was like a single contract, right? I think. either way it rounds up, right?
Order filled.
MNQ gonna be a little different. You're gonna have slightly different trades.
Stop filled.
Which is why I like bigger accounts, right? Bigger accounts and smaller risk. So just remember my motto: bigger accounts, smaller risk. Maybe $10 risk per $100 of drawdown. $10 risk per $100 of drawdown. Yeah. Good, yeah. Only gonna trade NQ? Yeah. The thing is, guys, I think right now NQ is gonna be your best performer. It's gonna, you know, it's coded around NQ. Okay, it is coded around NQ. So NQ is gonna be your smoothest run. MNQ also like the same thing, right? The only thing is MNQ might be a little more buggy with NinjaTrader because of how many contracts they'd be entering, right? That's the only thing. But you know, it's generally the same setups, right? Justin, I think you'd be fine. You just gotta be smart about it, you know? And you know, be safe and turn it off before days like big news days and days of big news days and stuff. Hutch is a boss, isn't he? People say the NQ auto trader doesn't work. It does work. It does. I'm up 7K on it in 2 months, 2.5 months, and that's with one contract and default settings. SBS Algo. I wouldn't release it if I didn't know it worked. I'm showing you guys right now. Market replay gonna be fully accurate. Okay, it really is gonna be fully accurate. Besides maybe a little bug like because of the cache and stuff, but like generally the trades are gonna be fully accurate, right? But yeah, I would recommend most of you go for a bigger account, a 150K, a 250K, and trade about $500 risk, $400 to $500 risk of NQ, regular NQ, and that'd be my recommendation to you. Yeah, I mean the only thing I was saying is when we were doing MNQ, and I noticed it put us into a trade that was valid, placed our stop loss at the right spot. It just placed we went into a lot of contracts. I think it was like 30 contracts, which was, let me see actually. So that might have been, yeah, that might have been a little bit of a market replay bug, because that one I think went in with like, should have only gone with about 15 contracts. I think it would have 30 micros. I'm talking micros, guys. So, but yeah, I haven't noticed any bugs on NQ, and MNQ I haven't noticed anything besides that one tiny proper trade, just a little over leveraged, but that's just NinjaTrader. So yeah, that's a good idea. Bigger
Order
account.
filled. Yeah. Stop filled.
Yep.
Order filled. Target filled.
So again, yeah, I'd go bigger account and smaller risk, guys. Is there a way to do all contracts on the same trade? Order. All contracts on the same order? All contracts on the same order. I don't know what you mean. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. But I'm showing you guys here. This is this month so far, and we just avoided the day before and the day of CPI. Is there a way to do all contracts on the same trade or same order? 30 MNQ, one order other than 30. No. From what I've been told, unless Scott says something different, But because it's an ATM based strategy, that's how it does it. Like you're saying, just group them together, or just enter it all. It's entering a bunch of contracts separately, right? So that's why I think NQ is going to be less buggy in general.
Order filled.
Just because it's only, you know, going to enter 1, 2 contracts really, right? MNQ, you're entering 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, right?
Stop filled.
So keep that in mind, right? And Gary, we will add like a max contract as well. We're gonna do that for sure. Yeah, group them all together. Yeah. I don't think we can do that now. I'll double check, but you get fill individually anyway. Minis over micros, get different fill prices, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, in general, guys, minis are gonna be much more stable just because you're only entering 1 to 3 contracts, right? Really rare to go over like, you know, 5 contracts unless it's a really tight stop. Micros, you're gonna have a little bit more bugs with the orders, and that's not related to the algo. That's just Ninja Trader, and you're entering 15, 20 cons, right? So but does that make sense? I think you guys are gonna enjoy NQ more, so that's why I'm gonna recommend to you guys to get a bigger account and get a bigger account and trade smaller size, like around $500 of risk. So hopefully that makes sense.
Order filled.
I know you're not blasting me. I don't know if you're talking to me, Gary, but I know you're not blasting me.
Stop filled.
A small win there.
Order filled. Target filled.
Okay, guys, so please pay attention to this. Now, do you have to trade MNQ on a 50K? No, because you could have periods like this. This month, $500 of risk, all right? The max drawdown was $970, okay? And the total profit, $6,700, right? What does that mean? Okay, you would have passed a 50K account, and you would have been up $3,700 on your 50K account. What does that mean? You could have gotten a payout within 15 days. All right, you could have gotten a payout within 15 days. That's high risk, high reward, right? But you could use a 50K account with $500 of risk. It just, you know, hopefully you have good market conditions, right? Does that make sense to everyone? Hold on. Rel says, I'm running NQ playback from the 14th and it's not taking any trades. Please advise. Did you just get SBS? Because we may need to put your machine ID in, or you actually don't have it enabled, as weird as that sounds, and you need to have an ATM selected in your strategy settings. I know those all sound really basic, but you'd be surprised how many people forget to do that. So make sure you actually have this enabled button selected, and you have an ATM selected up here. It needs to be an ATM selected up there, and need to be enabled. Apply it, okay. And then if that is, you know, if you're getting any vendor notifications, then DM us, and that's a machine ID thing. We'll get that in for you. But yeah, if you're new, remember to send me your machine ID, please. DM me on Discord. So we can get that in for you, all right? Gary says, I think the smart thing is to get out of drawdown before you trying to take a payout. I think it's to get out of drawdown. Yeah. Also realize this doesn't take a ton of trades the other day. Yes. Scott makes a good point. To anyone, you know, a lot of you guys are coming from like L2 Azimuth or Polarity or really any other algo out there, right? And it's taking micro scalps, right? It's taking 1.4 points and it's taking 100 trades per day, right? This takes like sometimes no trades, sometimes it takes like 4, and 4 would be a lot, right? And it's going for bigger moves. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, but you know, at this point, 15 days in, you would have had I know it takes a couple losses towards the end of the week here, but you would have had $6,700 of profit and $970 of max drawdown, so about $1,000 of drawdown. So this could have been done on a 50K account, right? That's high risk, high reward. I wouldn't do it personally. I'd be running on a 250K account, but even on a 250K account, you're getting close to the payout threshold even on this, right? And you can withdraw a bigger amount, or you're at least, you know, you're halfway to passing a 250K. You're just about passing a 150K, right? Liking the new lines on the chart. Awesome. I will never say it again, Gary. Can you run a 1 minute chart and say 5 minute chart at the same time? Yeah, you could. You'd have to open up a separate chart. Yeah, you can. Just make sure you're doing some market replay testing first. Most people are just going to want to run on a 1 minute chart, but make sure you do some market replay testing first. The 3 and the 1 for the sensitivities should be fine on the both 1 minute and 5 minute, but you may need to adjust the sensitivities, but I don't think so. And obviously you'll get a lot less trades on the 5 minute chart, remember. So, and you could even lower this down. I haven't tested much lower at all than a 1 minute, but you could lower the time frame if you guys want. You get a lot more trades. You get probably a lot more losses. Could get a lot more wins. It could be. We could look into that. I think maybe Scott could tell you if it could be. Right now, it just markets, I think, when the proper entry is met. So. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't run them on the same account. I would clarify that. Gary, good point. I would not run them on the same account. I would get separate accounts.
Order filled.
Long trade. Oh my gosh, are we gonna go?
Stop
Nope.
filled.
Okay guys, so 7,500 profit here. Again, max drawdown 970. I'm telling you guys, give it some time. Right? Give it some time. Turn it on, let it rip. Just give it some trust, guys. Yeah. And again, I would stick to NQ or MNQ at least. But again, MNQ might have a few more bugs with NinjaTrader in the order quantity. Okay. And we'll install a order quantity thing later, but NQ been flawless. So the only reason MNQ would have any sort of bug is it's individually entering 15, 20 contracts and it bugs out, right? Yep, what Scott said. I agree. You should uninstall first. Curtis says want to install a new version. Yeah, Curtis. So make sure you go into your into here. So go to Tools, go to Remove Ninja Script Assembly. Okay, and you're gonna remove the old SBS, and then you can restart NinjaTrader and re-import. Okay. You did uninstall first. I'll let Scott answer that if he's still in here. But yeah, guys, I would stick to NQ. I'd go bigger account, again, bigger account and smaller contracts. 150K or bigger. Just noticed a install of new one, probably over these. I'll just press. Related to is it related to the Algo, Gary? Is that your question? Yeah, I guess Scott says overwriting an existing file is fine. So I guess just try overwriting. If that's fine. Gary, not Algo system as in resource usage to enter into all the trades. Could be, yeah. Because as you see here, NQ is working perfect, and MNQ was working perfect. The only thing was I noticed one trade entered a few too many contracts, and the TP was too close. And that could be because it was trying to enter a lot of contracts because the stop loss was really close. Could have caused NinjaTrader to bug out and enter too many contracts or something like that. Could be system related, could be it's most likely NinjaTrader being trash. So that keep your cache cleared to minimize that, obviously. Let's keep playing this. Almost done. I think it takes a loss or two at the end here, but up to 7,500, 80% win rate basically, and 1,000 max drawdown. Good demo, guys. I mean, this is just playing last 2 weeks. We went over MNQ. Only one tiny little thing I noticed, but that's just NinjaTrader being weird. But otherwise clean. Fixed all the double entries and stuff like that, so it should be pretty smooth for everyone. Are we gonna get any trades? I don't think so. Okay, well. Okay, so some things to take away. Okay, let's go over right at the end here. Takeaways here. Okay. I recommend trading bigger accounts with smaller risk, 150k plus accounts with 500-ish risk. Okay, 500-ish risk. What else? Okay, what else? Bugs should be fixed and good to go. MNQ may be slightly more buggy in general. NinjaTrader problem because of entering lots of contracts, right? So if it takes could take 20 contracts, it might cause a bug where, okay, now NinjaTrader is starting to lag, freeze, and maybe it enters 30 contracts or, something. Micros, of course. Micros, I'm talking. You're not going to get that 30 contracts on NQ. So that makes sense. Might be slightly more buggy, causing, a lot of contracts to enter, and NinjaTrader freaks out, or your computer freaks out, and there you go. Now you're in too much position size or something. But generally should be perfectly fine. Okay. Play the long game, right? Play the long game. Again, big account, smaller risk. Yeah. So that's it. That's the test. Day's done. No trades on the last 2 days there. Again, it doesn't take trades every day. I want you guys to know that. It does not take trades every day. Okay? Let's bump the size up here. Okay. Does not take trades every day. So $7,500. Generate this. I'm going to put a screenshot of this. Okay. Screenshot, 80% win rate, sharp ratio of 0.62. So whoever said a sharp ratio is important lied. You still made $7,500. There you go. There you go though, $7,500. I mean, this could have been a 50k account. It really could have. Only 1,000 drawdown. So basically lost 2 back-to-back trades at one point. I'm gonna post this. New update. 7,540 profit. 500 risk. Posting this in the Discord. 500 risk. Default settings. 3 and 1. ATM was 80, 101. And that was from 9:30 to 3:30 EST. The max drawdown I've seen, disregarding the double entries, I think was maybe around 2,700. So it'd be tight on a 50k. You know, you might, depending on your drawdown, or that would be the drawdown, right? But again, that might have been with a double entry or trading the news day, right? I think actually what I'm thinking of is trading the news. If you traded the 9th and 10th, it took some drawdown. That's not specifically why I avoided that. I avoided that because looking at Forex Factory, there was news. And this is how I usually trade. I don't trade the day of CPI. I don't trade the day of FOMC. I don't trade the day of NFP. And I don't trade the day before, right? Drop that to 400 and go. Yeah, but remember, Gary, I mean, it'll round up a little bit, right? So even if you put 400 risk, it's just going to default you at one contract then in queue, right? If it can't enter multiple contracts, it's just going to default you at one contract, right? So even if you put the risk at 400, it still might take, it'd probably be the same exact drawdown here, if that makes sense. What I would avoid is CPI, FOMC, and NFP. Okay, those three big red folder news, and I would avoid the day before it as well, generally speaking. Okay. And I would avoid bank holidays generally as well. But those 3 days and the day before generally are pretty bad. Okay. Which that doesn't happen till like the November 1st. There's NFP here on Friday, so I would at least avoid Thursday and Friday. Be safe. Even Wednesday on NFP week can be iffy. And the following week, there's FOMC on Thursday, so I would probably avoid Wednesday, right? And Thursday. So it doesn't happen often, right? CPI. So this bank holiday, November 11th, I probably wouldn't trade the first 3 days of this week, right? I would avoid that bank holiday. I'd avoid the day before CPI. I'd avoid CPI day. Then I'd trade these 2 days. Then I would trade this whole week. Then I would trade this whole week besides the bank holiday. Then I would trade not NFP. So NFP is non-farm employment. You can Google it, but it's a very big news event. It's just as big as CPI. So non-farm employment is non-farm payrolls. It's just non-farm payroll. That's what it's called on here. If it was non-farm payrolls, that would never be here. But this is NFP. Look, also called non-farm payrolls right there. NFP employment change right there. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Good, Gary. Yeah. Would you like the numbers of like the 1, 2, 3, 4 more? Like I could pull up something Scott already was working on just to show you guys, right? Just the same algo, same executions, just different, you know, visualization. 1, 2, 3, right? There you go. Just kind of see the numbers and stuff, but same exact thing. Both? Yeah, we could see. Oh, but this is a really good test there. Yeah, Brandon, NFP is usually first Friday each month, yeah. Good, the lines will go in the future. I know some of you won't like the lines, but a lot of you have been asking like how it's seeing setups, and the lines are like how it sees a setup, right? Like I know it didn't take anything here, but like it's washing like this, like a 1, 2, right? You can see how these connect. 1, 2, 3, and then it pulls back, right? And it's watching, but it didn't take anything. You get that, so hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, really good test there. Just showing you guys it does work. You just gotta give it a little faith, right? And you know, if everyone goes and back tests on Market Replay and you download these days, you should get these same results, right? Avoiding the news, should get these same results. And generally speaking, everyone should get basically the same trades if we're all using you know, these same settings on NQ, right? Again, generally speaking, obviously some things will change, like some things will not play out, but it's not like, you know, we're not gonna have 40 people all get different setups. You understand that? So an AI component to this. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely post what you're thinking in the feedback, and we'll you know, we'll see. So hopefully this gets you guys excited. Doesn't need AI. Yeah. Hopefully this gets you guys excited though. I just, you know, want to show you guys it's fixed for now. Hopefully for good. Obviously there's gonna be more fine tuning that we could do, right? Gonna be more fine tuning, right? If you notice longs have been working better, you can, I mean, look, you can select longs only. We could look here at the analysis here. So look here, it works, guys. It works, right? We just did that live market replay. So I've not tested on a range chart. I'm not sure how that would work. I would recommend leaving it candlestick chart. I haven't looked at that at all. You could configure the strategy to read the calendar from Works Factory, disable strat. Yeah, I could, Curtis, but the thing is, you know, I'm gonna let people for now make their own decisions with that, because, you know, the way this is it's a fine line between too much automation to where people hate it and not enough, right? Like you, Curtis, like I know you may like it and I may like it, right? But then you're gonna have other people that are gonna say, hey, it won on this day, but it didn't take trades because of the news thing. So no, you know, we could maybe implement it to where each person could implement it, but if they wanted to, maybe Scott knows more about that than I do, of course, but But yeah, that's how people are. So, like this is obviously a great result here, right? Max drawdown of 1,000. You can look at it by trade number, right? So 29 trades looks like. That might be counting multiple. I don't think it actually took 29 setups, but maybe it did. I guess it did. So 29 trades, and it's a smooth curve, right? It's a smooth curve. This is this month so far. So I mean, I would say it's pretty good. $7,500 in 2.5 weeks. I'll tell you what, that'll help you guys quit your jobs, right? So give it some faith, give it some time, and imagine you decide you want to be really risky, and you put 20 50K accounts that you used, right? Let's say you had 20 50K PAs. You started it here at the beginning of the month, and you wouldn't have hit drawdown on any of them because it's only 1,000 max drawdown, and you were up 7K on 20 50K accounts. You could withdraw like a couple grand of that. You would have gotten a 40K payout so far this month. So keep that in mind, guys, right? It can make you money. It's how you implement it, right? It's how you implement it, how you implement the risk. It's how you implement the trail stop. It's how you get the point. So yes, I would stick to one eval at a time, but hopefully this gets you guys excited that we can look at the time of day as well. So by half hour, we could look at day of the week. Thursday is the worst performing day. Why is that? Maybe, I'm not sure. Because there's unemployment claims every Thursday, and unemployment claims is really, really terrible. That could be it. We go by half hour. Looks like 9:30 to 2:30, pretty profitable. And then once you get to about 3 o'clock, that last hour of the day, always a little iffy. So it looks like that was mainly the worst performer last hour of the day. But every other time of day throughout this month has been green on NQ. Yeah. Hopefully this gets you guys excited, though. I'm excited for you guys to start winning with it. Hopefully, right? With regards to machine IDs, me and Ben will be fine-tuning everyone's machine ID to make sure it's all good later this week. I mean, you guys are gonna be good. If you're in now, you're good for a while. We're just gonna do that later, so I'm gonna fine-tune everyone. So Kyle, need to switch the entry time for half hour. Switch. I don't know what you mean. When will you load the settings into Discord? Settings are... Yeah, Cody, I still have to do like months and months of testing, because again, we've been focusing mainly on live results and making sure it works in the live market. I did test more times. Still profitable. I tested... What did I test? I'll show you right now, actually. Hold on. You've probably seen it, but I'll show you anyway. Hold on. sorry, the specs are listed with ATMs. Yeah, I'm Paul right here. I'll show you right now as well. Make sure you guys leave your order quantity at 1. Okay, leave your order quantity at 1 always, and then these you can basically put whatever you want. And then this is at 80 and 100 and 1. And I actually posted this. Maybe crypto, yeah. Focused on this right now, obviously. Where is I going? If you go to the testimonials, I posted some stuff here. So I just posted this. The live test we just did: 7,500 profit, 500 risk, default settings, ATM 8101 time right there. And then I posted something somewhere. I posted something somewhere of something. Maybe I'll find that. Hold on. Jamarcus, you can get out of here, man. Replay data is junk. That's not true. It's not junk. But that's why we've been live testing it in the live market instead of focusing on replay. The market's not really active right now, so I cannot show you live. So, Justin, yeah, I've been trading SPS manually. Great strat. Having automated is good. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Justin. I love SPS. That's why I got Ben to code it. And again, it's only what you see here. It's only going to improve, right? It's only going to get better. Yeah, literally only going to get better. So you can think of this as whatever you want. Like you can think of this as an unfinished product, but I just showed you this. You can think of it however you want, but I mean, look at what I'm showing you guys, right? Yeah, I don't know how to use this very well. Oh, right here. Look at this, right? This month so far. So you can claim this is an unfinished product, but look at that. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll be doing live streams and stuff. It's just, it obviously doesn't take trades every day. So I'm not gonna like sit at my computer and live stream for 8 hours and it not take a trade, right? But it may take 1 or 2 trades per day. Some days it'll skip. That's correct. Yep. What's the average amount of trades per day? Yeah, I'd say average. You could expect. Well, I guess just do the math. I guess if we traded about 17 days, right? Actually, we traded 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've traded 12 days, and it took 29 trades. It took 29 trades, so 29 divided by 12 takes about 2.5 trades a day on average this month, right? And we avoided the 9th and the 10th because of news, right? We avoided it because of news. Ready to rip tomorrow. Take care, guys. See you, Justin. We could look at the 15-second chart, but I'm not going to do that on live stream here. Gary, if you do, just remember you might need to adjust sensitivities. I'm not sure if you'll need to. I haven't really tested like a 15-second chart, but you may need to. So just remember, the higher the sensitivity, the more, you know, or the less pivots it's going to count. The lower the sensitivity, it's going to count more points as pivots. So it's going to take more weird trades. So you got to find that sweet spot. Looks like Scaredy Cat just took a manual short SPS. Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. You're playing 15-second, wasn't taking any trades at all. Less trades than 1 minute chart. Yeah. Gary, what you'd have to do, so this is what I mean by fine tuning, right? This max bars between point, you might need to increase. Because right now 50 bars, so think it's allowing 50 points between each swing. So you know it's a 4-step process, right? We have a breakout, we have a pullback, we have another break above 1 and then break below 2. I know that sounds fast, but so on a 15-second chart, that doesn't give you tons of time, right? 50 times 15 seconds is, that's 750 seconds, so that gives you 12 minutes per swing, where on 1 minute it gives you 50 points, or 50 minutes per swing. So you might need to fine tune the max bars, you might need to fine tune the sensitivities. Love it. Scaredy Cat plus 475, 400 after commissions, nice. Love it. Probing buys up to 100, 150. Yeah. Well, I guess we could think about it. 15. You know, we're running 50 bars on a 15, or 50 bars on a 1 minute. So if we lower by 4 times, right? Then maybe we increase by 4 times. So maybe, yeah, something like that. 100, 150, maybe 200. I'm not sure. You have to test that out. I haven't tested out because I'm, you know, a mainly 1 minute guy. So it's, you know, tuned for the 1 minute. It is Smear. Head over to wap.com, and go to your hub. There's instructions here. I made an updates channel. So as of 7 p.m. tonight, step 1, go to NinjaTrader, tools, remove your Ninja script. Right, step 2, close NinjaTrader. Step 3, go to your hub on wap.com. Make sure you're signed in. Click timeless, click SBS Auto Trader. Step 4, download new file. Step 5, re-import. Right. So you can go to this channel here, Smear. Or if you really do need help, you can DM me. I like to see the 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't care for the other lines. Yeah, I got you. We're already looking into the 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I know you guys wanted that. I know some people wanted something on the chart, and this is what we have now, because they want to see somehow how it's taking trades. So this is the lines are how it's taking the trades. But our developer Scott here has been working on this as well. So we'll look at pumping this out if we can, like next week or this weekend, so you have it for next week. So you can see here it takes he has it to where it's a 1, 2, 3, right? Taking a 1, 2, 3, 4, took a short here, little bit of profit, and then would have stopped, but Depends on your trail. But something like that, right? That's correct, Gary. Why are you not trading your own tool on a live account or prop account? Because I only trade it during market hours, and it's not market hours right now, New York hours, and showing you guys on market replay because it's accurate. So if you don't like that, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, I do run it actually on a live prop account, so many funded prop accounts. And Ben runs it on Live Money, our developer. Currently, I am using text tool and manually adding them. Yeah, that's what I did for all my trading view charts and stuff, but good, Ro. Glad that's working. I agree, Gary. Yeah, you can keep trying to trash me, but that's fine. If you've been tuned in, you'll know that I have been live trading L2, and the strategy doesn't trade a lot, so I'm not gonna just live stream this every day because you guys would be bored. Sometimes it doesn't take a trade, and sometimes it takes 2-3 trades. So that's over 8 hours. I'm not gonna live stream that every day. This is a automated / semi-automated algo. It's a legitimate algo for long-term gains. It's not a quick, everyone watch me take 50 trades in 30 minutes and make $7,000. That's not what this is. Yeah, Ollie understands L2 is guaranteed to take trades, follow to market open. That sounds like you're trashing me. I mean, if you're understanding more of it now, it's fine. But yeah, it only takes a couple trades a day, so I'm just not gonna live stream it all the time. I will set up some live streams and let it go. But yeah. What is this indicator? This is a automated algo that we released yesterday. It trades a swing breakout sequence model, and just showcasing it on NQ with a 500 max risk per trade. You can see there was 29 trades so far this month. And yeah, fully automated algo, semi-automated algo, whatever you want to think of it as. There's buttons to turn it on and off, but yeah, Gary, there's a lot of commissions to take in, right? That's why, you know, this is, you'll notice in some of your back testing and live trades even, that you can catch huge trades, and it's all discretionary. Like when Ben ran this live, he ran SBS algo. It was 5 contracts in sim before he finalized some stuff. That was like a week ago. He made 13K in a day, right? But what did he do to do that, right? He saw the market was moving, he was moving his TP up and up and up, right? And moving the trail stop a little bit, but you know, he saw a big move, he captured like 130 points, right? So Gary, okay, let's read this. On your product offering, it's a lot of playback screenshots. You think it would add credibility? I'll lie to someone again, not trashing. Yeah, we literally released it last night. And we do have live results and stuff. That's what that screenshot was I just posted. But yeah, we've been focusing on coding it and running it and testing it. So now that it's out, yeah, we're gonna start doing some live streams and stuff. Yeah, who would watch the chart for 8 hours, possibly see 0 trades? That's the only thing. You guys, you know, it'll be good to, you know, watch back and you can fast forward it, but the reality is, you know, no one's gonna watch an 8-hour live stream, right? It's not an indicator. No, think about it. Any way to set up manual entry for alerts, entry indicator? Yeah. I mean, if you guys have this, we have a feedback section. What's the best prop firm account to run this on, Ollie? I would say a 150k plus, and take it slow. So I've been saying the whole live stream here, a bigger account and smaller risk. So I'm going to be running it a 250K account with about 500 risk per trade. So I would have to lose 8 trades in a row, you know, actually, yeah, 8 to 10 trades or more in a row to lose that account, right? Yeah, I'll be taking it slow and steady, so big account, smaller risk. Yeah, and that's what I would recommend to most people. Also, as Baka is testing stuff, he was messaging me here and just asking why I'm gonna show you guys this, why he has $300 of risk on, and you can see he's running NQ Trader testing and SBS here, but the SBS trades, you can see a short, even though 300 risk, he lost 500 here. Then he won some trades, right? Won some big trades. And then an SBS loss here of 500. Then an SBS, this one was actually 300 exactly. This one was 500. So, and this one was 670. The reason this is again, you can't take like a quarter or half of an NQ mini, right? If you want a more exact, like you're running a smaller account and you want 300 risk per trade, you need to use micros or something, okay? Because you remember how we had it set up. 300 risk, it can't take any less than one contract, right? And if you had it to where, you know, it didn't take any trade on NQ with minis, that's less or anything more than 300 risk, you would have only gotten one trade and you would have missed a lot of trades, right? So we had it set to where now, if you add 500 to this, it wouldn't take anything more than 800 risk. So it wouldn't take a trade if it was 800 risk. You can see that here. It didn't take anything over 700 actually. But point is, if you want a more accurate risk per trade, you should use micros, okay? And if you're using a bigger account, like a 150K, a 250K, 300K, and you put it at like 400 or 500 here, then it wouldn't take any more than probably $800 of risk max, okay? There's no exact way with minis to get this perfect with it placing it at the proper stop loss. So you have to use micros, guys, if you want a more exact risk, okay? Unless you have a good, really good couple weeks like this, right? Like this was only, this was risking 500 per trade. Max drawdown was 970 bucks, right? That's pretty good. Pretty good. That was like two losses in a row, 7,500 profit. Samir, just submit a machine ID for activation. Yeah, I got it. Damn. I got it for you. Are there any fees to use Ninja Not through Apex or prop firms. Hippo noticed on September 23rd around 2. Exited current position, enter position, observation. Yes, that is. So if it sees, you'll see this on occasion, doesn't happen too often, but if it takes a short setup, and then it recognizes a valid long setup, it'll close that short setup and enter you long. And same thing vice versa. If it's in a long setup, it'll close the trade early if it sees a proper short setup inside of that. That makes sense? Got a lot of haters here. I'm going to answer in here. Hippo, weekly updated file, Gary, maybe. It won't be every week, but at the beginning, maybe we'll do, yeah. I mean, if we have a valid update, we'll definitely put it out. Where will you place the weekly updated file? It'll just be updated on WAP. Same place you just got it. But I'll be sure to give announcements out if we do that. So Hippo thinks, just want to double check. I was expecting behavior. Yep. All good. Yep, I agree, Gary. Oh, really? Ninja doesn't work in your country? Dang. Oh, you could use a VPS, I guess, yeah. A lot of sanctions. Sheesh, where do you live? I could be looking for the door if something like Angel was. Russia? That does make sense. Gary, literally, it's called copyright-free background music. Copyright-free background music on Spotify. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out for the night. Hopefully, you guys do some testing. Make sure you like it. And if you notice anything else, let us know, of course. But yeah, have confidence in it, guys. It works, right? So anyway, have a good night, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be doing live